Hey everyone, so this is my review of Gotham, Season 3, Episode 11, called Beware the Green-Eyed Monster. And basically what this episode is about is that Gordon and Mario face off, like just hours before Mario gets married to Lee. And while that's going on, Selena sort of comes into contact with an old friend. And Barbara goes to Enigma with some information about the person who killed Isabella. And this was a really interesting and really sort of mind-messing episode that was just so much fun to watch. And I did really enjoy like all the moments of Gordon and Mario facing off, and like how the Alice touches blood affected Mario, and like comparing that to Barnes, it was kind of very different but still kind of similar. Where unlike with Barnes, where Alice touches blood affected him and made him like super aggressive and stuff. That did happen with Mario, but a lot more of what Mario did was a lot of like mind manipulation kind of stuff, and that was really kind of cool to see. And I did sort of like Mario's whole plan, where his plan was like to mess with Gordon enough to make Gordon very like agitated and stuff. And with that, it would end up sort of making Lee eventually hate Gordon. And that was just kind of a really clever idea that I wasn't expecting, and I just kind of really enjoy it. And with how this episode ended, I think that plan is going to still play out in the future. And it's going to probably take a long time for Lee to finally like really forgive Gordon for some of the things that happened in this episode. I really did like that they brought back like the whole like test and like how to possibly beat the test of to see whether or not you have Alice touches blood inside you or not. It was really interesting that they did finally like go back to Lee bringing up that this test existed, and like the way that Mario figured out how to beat it was kind of clever, and it was interesting how he had to go like through all these obstacles to figure out a solution of how to beat this test. And then I so much enjoyed the scene where Gordon goes to Jarvis Tetch to sort of figure out who it is that is this newly infected person. And I did enjoy how Gordon messed with Jarvis to like sort of get the truth out of him by using Jarvis's love of sort of talking in like almost like storybook lines, and using that to sort of get Jarvis to say stuff that he doesn't actually want to say because it fits into the storyline better than saying something else would. That was really kind of clever, sort of a moment of having like the truth like hidden there in like these lines that Jarvis kept saying, and I just enjoyed that whole scene so much. And then all the scenes with Enigma in this episode were really clever and kind of interesting, with how he sort of weaved himself around to sort of get the truth out of what actually happened, and figuring out that Penguin does actually love him. And all that was very interesting of how he sort of went about it himself and navigating around to sort of say what he wants to say, but not like fully to sort of mislead Penguin in the wrong direction here and there. And that was really kind of cool to see. And it was also really great that Barbara didn't like have too much of a role in Enigma figuring out the truth. She just sort of like started to slip things in here and there, and then really left it up to Enigma to sort of like fully dig out what the truth is. And I thought that was a really interesting and kind of cool thing that they decided to do with that. Then all the moments with Bruce were kind of cool to watch, with him like learning how to like properly break into a place and all this stuff, so then he could eventually get into the building to get whatever is inside the Court of Owls like secret safe. So he's going through all this stuff to like learn all that, and that was interesting, but it was also a little annoying with how they made Selena like seem like she didn't want to be there and she didn't want to be doing all this stuff when obviously she's going to go and help them. It's not even like a question of if she's gonna do it. So the fact that they made it seem like she didn't want to or she wasn't just seemed really odd and kind of annoying. But just overall, I really enjoyed this episode, and I cannot wait to see what the next ones will bring with how this episode ended. So, yeah, that's my review of Gotham, Season 3, Episode 11, called Beware the Green-Eyed Monster. So, yeah. Bye!